Have you seen these videos? What I eat in a day, what I eat on a cheat day, what I eat when I'm working out, what I eat in a week. These videos can have us suddenly question our food choices or think, wow, maybe I should eat like that in a day. And these videos, they're everywhere. Some call them inspiring, others find them triggering. And today I'm going to talk about both. I'm going to talk about the benefits and the real dangers behind this kind of content. If you don't know me, my name is Marla Mervis-Hartmann. I'm creator of Love Your Body, Love Yourself. And I wrote a book called Befriend Yourself, Finding Freedom with Food and Peace with Your Body. And that is what I do. I help people find freedom with food and peace with their body. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's talk about why people love these types of videos. Well, aren't we curious? Aren't we curious what people are eating? I know I have been curious. I have been curious to a fault. I've been curious so that I could judge myself. I have been curious and I have been wanting that sort of connection. There's a connection where we feel like we're inside someone's world. So if we're following someone on Instagram or social media, and when they let us into our world, when they let us into what they're eating, we can feel like there's a personal connection for that. And that's one of the reasons people like these videos. Also, it can make us feel like they're giving themselves permission, especially if we see someone eating pizza or dessert, that can feel good. Oh, I can give myself permission to do that. And people love these videos because they can inspire us with different food ideas or recipes or meal plans. And sometimes it can feel very comforting to watch others eat and soothing. I know for me, when I watch these videos, I do get all of that. I get that permission. I get a sense of inspiration. Oh, that's a nice idea. And I also have this feeling of it's somewhat this kind of voyeur part of me. It's like, what are they eating? Coming from someone from a place where sharing what I ate with someone was so scary. I didn't want anyone to know what I was eating. To see other people do that is like, wow, what freedom. And they're like putting themselves out there to be fully judged. That's what would have hit me in the past, like to feel so judged by that. However, I have seen when I watch these videos that it triggers this part of me. It triggers kind of my old stuff comes up around food. I know that it can happen for a lot of other people. One of the concerns that I see is the comparison trap. If you are someone who struggles with your food and your body issues, and you're watching these types of videos from that place of comparison, that's an issue. That's a problem. That can create a lot of challenge because when we are comparing our bodies and our level of hunger, depending on what that other person is eating in a day, we're not in alignment with our truth. Because it depends on the day, depends on our activity level, it depends on the food that is available to us. And it depends on how old we are, where we are if we're bleeding in our menstrual cycle. It depends if we're a man or a woman, so many different things. And when we watch those videos and we're not in the right state of mind, that comparison can kick up. And not only just comparison of, oh, I don't eat like that, but also the comparison and the judging of others, which for me, I feel is the same thing. When we are judging other people for what we're eating, we're still in that trap. We're still in that comparison trap. And we're not understanding that everyone is of choice. A lot of these videos are diet culture, straight up in our face. These are women, men on there, we're going to address more of the women are going on and saying what I eat in order to lose weight. And they're showing practically nothing that they're eating, which is so triggering and so not okay to do that. And some of them may look like their freedom with food, but it's actually there's smaller portions, they're guilt-free desserts, there's this moral languaging around, I ate good today, I ate bad today. Even the idea of the cheat day, which for some people like, oh, that's freedom. But if you're constricting and you're restricting yourself all the time, and then you have a cheat day, what are we setting ourselves up for? We're setting ourselves up for the restrict and binge cycle. That's actually what we want to step out of. Also, a lot of these videos, they're unrealistic. Many creators are editing, they're skipping meals, they're not even giving the real picture. And that's important to realize because it's not all real life. I would say when it comes to the dangers of this is to realize that the food that we eat and the content that we consume are both important. The content that we consume and that we watch on a daily basis can affect us very strongly. So if I'm in a place where I am feeling wobbly about my food or my body and I start watching these videos, I am not recommending that. You need to make sure that you are only watching this type of video when you are feeling like you are strong and centered in yourself. So this is just information, and this isn't coming over and making you feel wrong about yourself. If you end one of these videos and you feel bad about yourself, let's just delete that and move on to some kitty cats and dog videos. Okay, let's talk about the potential benefits of these videos. So not all of these videos are made the same. Some creators are specifically creating this content to create an environment that shares about freedom with food. They are showing all the different ways of eating. They're showing all the different types of eating, the healthy choices, the non-healthy choices. And they're using this as a platform to bring freedom. And I have found those type of videos are not just showing what they're eating, but they're also explaining and they're also sharing, they're normalizing. They're saying, I ate this because of this. And for example, I didn't eat that much in my breakfast today because my belly wasn't feeling very good. And I was listening to that. Usually I ate this in the morning. Those type of things that can be very helpful because when we just get a snapshot of one day, we're not seeing the full picture. And when people address that, that can be very helpful. Also, seeing, as I had mentioned, seeing what people are eating can be very inspiring, especially for a lot of people who actually don't know what healthy eating is. They don't know how to maybe create a meal with more protein or more vegetables, and they want to get ideas, and they're like, oh, that's a good idea. I never thought of adding peanut butter to my yogurt as an example. But we can get ideas that are healthy and that feel good to us. And when we have that inspiration and it clicks into our body, that can be super helpful. It's also helpful to see that there's a difference in energy. Is it coming from a place of permission and peace, or is it coming from a place of control and perfection? Or is it coming from a place of, see, aren't I good? I'm eating all this food. Or aren't I bad? I ate that thing. I'm bad. And it depends on where it's coming from. So I would invite you to look at some of the content that some of these people are sharing and where are they coming from? Are they coming from that place of freedom with food and wanting to support you to feel autonomous and in your own authority and your own permission? Because we're not looking at these videos in order to figure out what someone else is eating and then eat the same thing. We're getting ideas, and that's how this can be helpful so that we can feel into it. Try that. That kind of works. No, that doesn't, right? So we want to be mindful. So how do we watch this material mindfully? We're going to check our body. Our body is our gauge. We're going to notice what happens when we're watching this type of content. Do we feel relaxed? Do we feel judgmental? Do we feel tense? Like what's happening in our body? And sometimes we can check out, especially when we're scrolling. And I don't want you to check out on this. I want you to be mindful. I want you to be connected to your body. Do you feel a tension in your heart? Does your belly squeeze? Right? You want to be aware of these things. Our body is our gauge and will actually tell you whether this material is good for you or not. Also, I want you to ask yourself, would you enjoy this video if it wasn't about the body size of the person? If not, maybe it's diet culture in disguise, something for you to think about. So I've never shared any of this material because it has always somewhat activated me. And I always felt that there was some sort of diet culture hook in it. Have I had people ask me, tell me what you eat? What are some ideas that you eat in the morning? Or what do you have for dinner? What are some of your go-tos? I'm happy to share those. I'm happy to share recipes. I'm happy to even bring people into my world and share what I eat on a regular basis. And for me, and maybe this will change, but I feel like so many people are sharing what they eat, and there's so much content out there. We don't need one more white girl telling you what I eat. Like, don't we have better things that we want to focus on? I want you to watch my content about how I care for myself and how I love myself and how I connect with God. That's the information that I want to give to you. That's what I want you to, what I want to share, because that is what I feel is going to be the biggest inspiration for people. So when we change, yes, I know that food is important and getting that in alignment, but when we begin to change our focus from what I eat to what I'm consuming on a spiritual level, on a deep emotional level, how am I caring for myself? I think that is can be more bang for your buck. Yeah. So I hope this is helpful for you. I'd love to get your feedback on this. What is your experience? How do you feel when you watch these videos? Are they helpful? Are they sometimes helpful? Does it depend on who's making this content? Let me know in the comments below, and like this and share it, please, because I actually want this to get out to those of you who it can serve. And I'd like feedback on it as well. Okay. So if you're wanting more support, I'm going to put the link below for Breaking the Cycle of Emotional Eating, which is my free course. So check that out. I'm sending you all so much love. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.